Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. This episode of Zone to Speak is supported by Peloton, the ultimate sunscreen for athletes. If you know me, you know I never leave the house without sunscreen, and Peloton is my go-to. It's lightweight, breathable, and designed for endurance sports, perfect for any day out on the saddle. And because they are supporting the podcast, you get 20% off your order. Just head to the link in the show notes and use the code ZONE2SPEAK at checkout. Protect your skin, fuel your adventures, and support the pod while you do it. All right. Today on Zone to Speak, we are talking about doing things differently and actually winning because of it. My guest is Florian Moreau, ultra cyclist, adventurer, and now winner of the Desertus Bikus, a race that crosses Spain from north to south over 1,300 kilometers through deserts, mountains, and long stretches where you are completely on your own. No support, just decisions and some consequences. But what really stood out this year is that Florian didn't just win. He did it on a TT bike, which in ultra cycling is kind of unheard of because this sport usually rewards comfort, versatility, and survival, not aerodynamics. So today we are talking about that decision, about risk, innovation, and what happens when you stop following what everyone else is doing. We'll also get into his background in ultra cycling, his experience at races like TCR, and his next big idea, the Arctic to Tropic project. Because this one isn't just about win, it's about changing how we think what's possible in ultra cycling. So let's get into it.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure, Florian.
I'm really happy to be here with you. And I answer your question with pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. When I saw the picture of you on a TT bike as the winner, I was like, I need to talk to this guy. Winning Desertus Bikus is already a huge achievement. It's self-supported, route-based, and incredibly demanding, both physically and mentally. What did this win mean to you, and when did it start to feel like you're actually headed?
Yeah, this win is a double victory for me. I finished first, but I also did the race with a TT bike. Unlike last year, I did the race after 500 kilometers because the project last year was an European trip. This year, I came specifically for this goal, for the win, if I can. When all work perfectly, it's really good.
Yeah, you executed your plan.
Yeah, when the plan works perfectly, it's really satisfying. It's really good. And for the win, I think I start to feel I could win at the beginning of the second day. But I only truly believe it into only after all gravel section. Before we are never safe from mechanical issue. So only after gravel section.
Especially on your bike. What really caught my attention, like I said, it was your bike, a TT bike on an ultra racing, almost unheard of. At what point did you decide to go with a TT bike, and what made you believe that it could actually work?
During ultra distant races, I know I'm not very good on a long flat section. So I started thinking about how I could improve that. And it can become obvious I need to focus on aerodynamics. So I decided to buy a TT bike with the goal of using it for my Arctic to Tropic project in June. And after that, I know the position could be quite uncomfortable. So first I had a bike fit, and then I did most of my training on that bike, the TT bike. And I see I go much faster with this bike compared to my gravel bike. So I started considering it for the Desertus Bikus, but the race has a long gravel section, so I'm not sure of me. I sure only 1 month before the race, I said I'm going to do it and we'll see what happens.
Amazing. Wow, really incredible. I mean, in ultra cycling, most riders prioritize comfort. Your setup kind of went against all of that. Did you feel like you were taking a big risk, or did you actually see it as an advantage from the start?
Yeah, I think I take a risk, but the goal of this race for me was to test myself on this bike. And it's 2 days, so it's not too much for me. It's okay. Maybe I can't finish, but it's okay. It's a test of myself, and it's a good test for my big project in June. I know the Desertus Bikus with this bike have I know the Desertus Bikus with this bike was risky with the gravel section on the elevation gain, but it was a great opportunity to see if my dream project was realistic.
Okay.
And
Wow.
After thinking, I see we have a long flat section, so I could have a real advantage if I was riding solo alone, because on this race the drafting is okay, so it's different race,
Okay.
and me I have always alone, but I know the two people following me were drafting for during the first day. So if alone, it's okay. But yeah,
Wow. Yeah. I kept on thinking about, you mentioned about the section of gravel and the desert. There's also deserts.
yeah,
So there's a lot of navigation decisions there. Did you have any, compromises you had to accept on riding this TT bike in this kind of terrain?
yeah. So first, I adjust my position to make it more comfortable and less aggressive than standard time
Okay.
trial setup. And I start that process with the bike fit back in December. Then I didn't put bag on the front of the frame. I only keep a sandal bag to avoid losing the aerodynamics gain of the bike. So I used the storage compartments on the TT bike, and I wore a jersey with the hydration bladder and a base layer with a pocket on the chest.
Okay.
And finally, to handle all kinds of road, I chose the tubeless tires in 30 millimeters. I know that it's okay for all road.
Wow, impressive. So you didn't take much with you. You had the bladder on your back, so you
Yeah,
didn't carry any bottles on your bike?
two bottle on
Two
the bike.
bottle.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. And
and
tools. Like, did you take anything else?
on some um, um, bar on
Jersey.
my pocket on the chest.
Wow. Wow. Impressive. And what was your finish time?
I take a 2 hour 2 days on 8 hours.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Do you think that was because of the TT bike? I mean, of course, all
Um,
your training and your efforts
yeah,
and your ability.
yeah, of course. I think yes. the TT bike, it's a great advantage. But this year we have a lot of wind on the head. So
Okay.
at start, I thinking I make less time. I thinking it's possible in 2 days, but the bad condition on the I manage my lead because I have little advance.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this race is as much as about decision as it is about power. Everyone chooses their own route between checkpoints. How did your bike choice influence your routing strategy? And did you ride differently because of it?
No, I didn't change my road strategy at all because I had completely confidence on my tires. In my experience in the transcontinental on this race, I thinking it's okay. In my first two transcontinental race, I used a classic road bike, a classic road bike, sorry, with 28 millimeters tires on the inner tubes, no tubeless. And believe me, it's not really good, but it's okay. So in 30 millimeters on tubeless, I thinking it's okay. I can take a gravel shortcut, and I like that, so I take a gravel shortcut. And I have also a small experience on mountain bike on gravel, so that helped me on the difficult section.
Amazing. I'm really impressed because also, of course, there's a lot of climbing, and on the TT bike, you don't have a lot of space for your hand.
Yeah, yeah, but I have a lot of training on this bike. So
Yeah.
when you make a lot of training with this bike, after it's normal bike.
Okay. And of course, in a race this long, in full autonomy, things can get challenging at some points. Did you have any hard mental moments, and how did you get through it? I mean, I don't know how much sleep you had.
Yeah. I have a big difficult moment. It was the final night after 48 hours of riding. I
Wow.
didn't sleep, and I hadn't really planned of sleeping, but I had to take a few short naps because my progress was slower than I anticipate. The constant headwind really slowed me down, like I say before, and I need to sleep for the finish, and it's not what I have planned before at the start.
Yeah.
And that is a moment that I was afraid of repeating what happened on at Baikinman Taiwan in this race. I had a good lead, but I didn't get enough sleep on the final night, and I lost my clarity, and
Wow.
that cost the win. So I don't
Mhm.
want make that again.
Yeah, so you do have a lot of experience, and I would like to talk a little bit about that. You have also strong results in ultra racing, including top 10 at Transcontinental. How did your past experiences, especially TCR, and you mentioned Biking Manta one, prepare you for this race? So important to know yourself, right? So, example, Taiwan, when you were so tired and
Yeah,
you weren't productive.
yeah. The Desertus Bikus is like transcontinental. It's shorter, but it's the same. You have to create your own road, and I have a quite experience on like that. Uh, that take a lot of time, but I have some experience, and I think I'm not too bad for that. And I have also experience of gravel section. I know what is good, what is not good on and I can manage that. And I have learned also to be resilient when we have a bad obligation section. I know everyone has to deal with that, so it's okay. Everyone have the shit section, so
Yeah.
it's the game, it's the race, so it's okay. But when it's me, it's a mistake of my road. It's quite frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't imagine. And, you know, I think ultra cycling, well, cycling in general is always evolving and it's evolving a lot faster now. More strategy, more experimentation, more pushing boundaries. And you did just that on this race, right? Do you think we'll see more riders taking risks like this? Or do you think ultra cycling is a little bit more conservative?
Um, I think there will always two groups. One group is conservative groups, and the racer group. And the racer group wants general classification and doesn't matter if it's usual practice. For example, during the transcontinental race, my two first participation, I finished in the top 10, and I think I am the only one choosing to sleep outside. Everyone prefer to sleep in hotel for better recovery, and it's not the usual practice of uh, ultra bikepacking.
Yeah. How do you charge things on a race like TCR when you're sleeping outside every day?
I take a lot of battery with me,
Okay,
and
okay.
I can go. I can. It's okay for maybe eight days, and
Wow, impressive. Okay, okay. Um, some riders are moving away from performance, others are pushing it even further. Where do you see yourself? Are you chasing performance or something else?
I like adventure and discovering the world. So it's my main reason why I ride, but I also loving pushing my limits on the competition. So for the future, I think I will always be looking to balance both of these things, competition on adventures.
I think that's a great balance. I think some people, and it's not a criticism, but some people just push, 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 push. And I think there could be a breaking point at some time where I feel like we all started cycling because we like adventure. I mean, not all, but most of us started because we like adventure and being outside. So that's a good balance to still have that adventure mode where you're not competing, but then push yourself, which brings me to your next project. You have got this project coming, Arctic to Tropic, which already sounds massive. What is this project about and why does it excite you?
Yeah, it's a personal project to ride from the Arctic Circle to the Tropic Circle. I love watching the evolution of the landscape during the bike trip, especially when the latitude change. I discovering that during my first ultra distance race across France. We're riding from the north to the south. So with this project, I'm looking to take the next. So for this project, I'm looking to take that experience to the next level, big, more bigger. And I have 4 weeks to cover approximately 10,000 kilometers. I've been starting on June with the North Cape Tarifa race, with which go from the northmost point of Europe to the southernmost point of Europe in Spain. And if everything go well, I will then continue my bike trip toward Dakar, and I will stop to the ride after 4 weeks of cycling somewhere between the Tropic of France and Dakar, depending my progress.
What an amazing project. Are you having any support or are you doing solo?
No support.
Wow. Okay. And you're doing this on your TT bike.
It's the goal, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I want to make it with the TT bike. It's the project. It's the first project. It's that. And after it's the Desertus, I say, why not?
Well, when you are done, you have to come back because I already have so many questions.
Okay, no problems. With pleasure.
You have done big races, big adventures, and now something completely different with this bike choice. What keeps pulling you back into these long, difficult efforts?
I believe it's a kind of addiction. It's difficult for someone to understand, but it's adventure and the chance to discover new region, new culture, where we can see local people living, where we don't have tourists, but we see how the people living, and that is really interesting. And
Yeah, I completely agree. I just had a trip with friends in Tuscany and I got there a day earlier and I was like, oh, I'll do some sightseeing in Firenze, in Florence. And it was so flooded with tourists. It was beautiful, but it was such a turn off because there were so many people that I was just like, I just want to get on my bike. And even though Florence is stunning, so majestic, actually riding my bike and going through these small towns and seeing like the medieval villages, it was so much more interesting.
yeah, it's different, and I like that. Yeah, the addiction is because you have the adventure, but you learn a lot of on yourself during the race and after the race. You need to be resilient, and you learn a lot of yourself. And sometimes I make the trip with the friends, and it's really interesting also because you learn a lot of together.
Yeah, I love the together aspect. For me, I have done solo. I get scared. I don't know if because I'm a woman, when I had some bad experience, but I just am terrified of the dark. But I think together also it's so much fun to have that to share with somebody. But I get that sometimes, or most times in this type of races, in this addiction, solo, because you are so, you have this tunnel vision
Yeah,
with your goal that it can't be
exactly.
shared.
Yeah, it's completely different. Solo with the friends, it's really different. But I like both.
Yeah, yeah. So, what would you say to writers that feel stuck following what everyone else is doing or what the industry says you should be doing, since you are actually having these ideas and thinking outside the box, like doing an ultra on a TT bike?
My advice will be to never follow the herd blindly. Always ask yourself, could I do this differently? How I can improve? Is really what I want? And if you feel like you need to change your approach, don't afraid to take the risk. Even if it doesn't work, you learn, and if it's work, it's really good.
Yeah,
That's all.
completely agree. It says a lot, not just about cycling, but about how we approach challenges in general.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, Florian, I am so happy you came to the podcast. I Really admire you as a writer, and I hope you'll come back here once you're done Arctic to Tropic. And I want to
Yeah.
congratulate you again on this win and innovating how you race. It's truly inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation and the exchange. It's a real pleasure. Sorry for my English, but
No,
yeah.
perfect
Okay,
English, and
thank you.
good luck and have fun at the from Arctic to Tropics.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.